Drink with your boy, Screwstache. What it do, man?
Drink with your boy, Screwstache.
Screwstache.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man. So, where you originally from, man? Because you got the name Screwstache.
So I'm actually from Detroit. Yeah. Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, yeah? So how did you come up with that name, Screwstache?
I don't
Because, you know,
know.
you in H-Town and Screw is the number one, thing down here.
Honestly, man, I have no special story behind it. I just came up with it when I was like 9. Because I originally wanted to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I had made my YouTube channel. I was going to like play games and stuff like that. I was in love with like Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, all those like old platforming games. And when I made my channel back in 2015, I just came up with Screwstache and stuck with it the whole way.
Yeah.
Never changed it from there.
Yeah. So what part of Detroit you grew up in, man?
I only grew up in Detroit for like the first like 5 or 6 years, and then I started moving around a lot. But in Detroit, my mom's from Highland Park, and I stayed in 7 Mile for a bit.
Okay.
East Side 7 Mile. I was there for a little bit, but as soon as I turned like 5 or 6, we moved a lot of places. I moved to Oregon. I lived in Portland for a while, and then I moved back out to Oregon again, and then so I moved a lot of places. I lived in Kentucky for a while.
Was it a lot of military stuff going on? Was he in the military?
My stepdad, he was it was just like work. It was just more like work related stuff. He was in the military, but that was before I was born. Type stuff. So it was like just a lot of work related stuff.
Yeah. So, what was it like? You got siblings, man? What was it like growing up with all that moving around and stuff like that, man?
Growing up, I have one brother, my little brother. I have one brother, and growing up with him was, man, it was fucking awesome. It was really adventurous. We got to see a lot of things and do a lot of things, go a lot of different places, and doing all that moving and traveling. It really helped like diversify my taste.
Yeah.
When it comes to, especially making music. When it comes to making music, it helped like diversify my taste a lot.
Yeah.
I had so many different interests from so many different cultures. That really doing all that moving and meeting different people from different races, ethnicities, all that stuff. It really helped.
So what age would you say you started developing a love for music?
I was born into music.
Okay.
I was really born into it. Like, my mom sang, she played guitar and flute, and then my dad plays guitar, bass, drums, all that. So it's like I was born into it. I came out the womb hearing music.
So did she have like a career going? Like what was she singing in the church? Like what she was doing?
My mom went to college and studied singing for a bit, but then she switched over to like psychology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my dad, he did it in school, but after after he got grown and stuff like that, it kind of slowed down. So I really made it a goal to like make a career out of it.
So when did your parents discover that you had a love for music? Like, cause I'm quite sure like they're like, oh okay, I knew he was gonna come along and start messing with it at some time.
Man,
like,
probably when they say like when I was a baby. Cause like they said, like when they would play music, I just get up and start dancing. Or whenever I was like, feeling bad or crying or something like that, as soon as they played music, like I'll feel better.
Yeah.
And I used to always like sneak and touch on my dad's guitars and shit like that, try to play them.
Yeah.
So I like to say I was really born into it.
So like I'm gonna tell you like down here in Houston, I grew up listening to like what I'm saying, like Street Military, dude I was supposed to interview, Klondike Cat. It's a lot of different cats, Screw music, of course, and this and that.
Yeah.
And this when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. Who was some of your influences, music-wise, when you were growing up? Like, what you grew up listening to, what was you influenced on?
So I grew up listening to like a lot of jazz. Jazz and like jazz fusion. So I grew up listening to bands like Steely Dan, Chick Corea. I grew up listening to a lot of Herbie Hancock.
Yeah.
When it came to hip hop and stuff like that, my mom put me hip to Busta Rhymes, so I love Busta Rhymes.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
like Neptunes, Pharrell, Chad Hugo.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, of course. I grew up listening to Doggy Style, like front to back,
Yeah.
like 5 times in a row, in a day. Like, I love Doggy Style. I love The Chronic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love a lot of Death Row stuff. A lot of the old West
Lot of-
Coast rap.
Yeah.
I love it.
So like how did your parents support you as you started, you know what I'm saying, getting into the music? They start buying you equipment, like, or
Yeah,
you always knew
they were super supportive.
and
They
you
got
always knew you had a passion to make beats?
yeah.
Okay. So,
They gave me everything I needed.
yeah.
Like, whenever like I was just doing more research, they like my parents was just like, is if this is what you want to do, figure out what you need and we'll
Yeah.
get it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were like 100% on board.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, thank God.
Yeah. But so what do you think you got your style from? Cause like you do a lot of video game type stuff, and that's where that your passion kind of derived for. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think you know when you start noticing like this is my knack? This is what I like to do right here. I make these kind of beats with these video games. Like, when did you realize this is my lane? This is my style?
When I was like just really trying to get my music heard, and I was wondering how am I gonna get into like hip hop and be like different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So I just like, what do I love? I love old video games and stuff like that. So I just wanted to be myself basically.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just all about being myself and uh yeah, I can't really think of anything else other than that. Just
Yeah.
I just really wanted to be myself.
When you first started out, you know what I'm saying, with your beats, who was one of the biggest artists that you ever worked with, as far as producing wise? And drink a shot, man. Shit.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. Gotta get thinking, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, who was one of the biggest artists that you would say you first worked with that you can remember? That you was excited, like, oh, I'm finna make a beat for such and such, or
Oh man. This is actually a bit more recently
yeah,
because I'm just now starting to like really get my foot in the door.
yeah.
You know what's his name? Lil Tyler?
I probably
Yeah, there's this kid named Lil Tyler. I mean, he's a dope ass rapper.
yeah.
And I managed to get a beat with him.
Okay.
I managed to get a song with him.
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest artists that I probably worked with. I didn't work with him like face to face, but like through connections and emails and just like
Yeah.
being active on social media and stuff. I managed to get a song with him.
Yeah, okay. So look, I got this little segment I do. It's called One Time for Your Mind, right?
One time for your mind.
You know what I'm saying? We done drunk a shot already. So what I do is I'm gonna say a person, place, a thing. That's a noun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you give me the first thing come to your mind.
That.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say a name, and you give me one word. Don't give me nothing else. Now I might ask you, okay, man, what you think about that, this and that. I'm just finna freestyle. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I ain't got this written down at all.
All right, that.
Will Smith's son.
Flamboyant.
Flamboyant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What you think about, what do you think about like his style? You know what I'm saying? Like his because I noticed like it's a whole nother group out there. He has a video that kind of went viral where he goes up and he grabs Justin Bieber from the back, right? And he started like humping on him, like, you know what I'm saying? But like they got their own little, you know, like
Really? I never seen that video.
yeah, he kind of did that, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, just I just kind of thought, you know, that was a little off. He's kind of what you call it. And truth be told, I said that because I'm looking. You come from another generation, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they got the dudes painting their nails now. You know what I'm saying? They doing all kind of different little stuff, this and that. And then and it's not saying there's nothing going on with their sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like where did that derive from, like that little style. I don't know. I'm in tune with that.
I think it's just I think nowadays it's a lot more socially acceptable for men to embrace their, feminine side, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's kind of fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, I painted my nails before. I've definitely done that.
Okay.
Like I'm like a rock star. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I asked, because I peeped. Yeah, I really. Yeah.
Some rock star shit. I mean, I'm dressed in all black, got leather boots and shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just, societal standards are changing, and people are just being more creative and stuff like that. And then also at the same time, it's a great attention grabber too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Most of the time, you realize that they just doing it for the bitches.
I agree.
Bitches love when a dude, can embrace his feminine side.
Tyler, the Creator.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny as hell.
Okay. Mortal Kombat.
Ass.
You don't like that game? You didn't like that game? Street Fighter?
I'm a Street Fighter dude.
Yeah.
I love Street Fighter, man.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is just like, it's boring.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't really get into Mortal Kombat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Street Fighter dude too. Ryu, E Honda, all that. You know what I'm saying? Chun-Li. I'm more into that.
Hell yeah.
Mortal Kombat, I just didn't really. I ain't really get into.
It didn't click with me.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Then I was more. Back then, I was more Nintendo.
Yeah, me too.
Than Sega. You know what I'm saying? When they made that transition, that Sega, I wasn't really. It was like a couple games I played on Sega, but Nintendo was.
So you played Mario a lot.
I played the hell out of Mario.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I played the hell out of Mario.
I'm already knowing.
Hip hop industry.
In one of the greatest positions it could ever be. Oh, fuck. Great. It's great. It's great.
What you think the state of hip hop is today?
I love it. People complain about it all the time, but I love it.
Yeah.
There's so many different subgenres and so many different styles of music. It's beautiful where it's at. I don't see how anyone can complain. You can basically make any type of fucking music you want.
Yeah.
And you have just as much of a chance of blowing up as the next person as long as you put in the work and know how to use the tools. Because it's all out there. The money is out there to grab. You just got to go grab it.
I agree with that. So, with you doing a lot of traveling when you was younger, you know what I'm saying? How did that help you kind of gain followers and this and that, or did that kind of hinder you, trying to...
It helped me a lot, and I'm going to tell you why. It helped me because I was forced to always meet new people and have to make friends.
Yeah.
So I guess it helped me develop a personality. And then when I went online, I started making videos and stuff and just being me. It helped me figure out how to gain attention and grab followers and stuff like that, just me being myself. Mm-hmm. So that really helped.
What would you say outside of music was one of the most craziest things ever happened to you?
The craziest thing.
Something that you'll never forget. Something that the most craziest thing in your lifetime that you will never forget happened to you.
Man.
Outside of music.
My first apartment burned down.
Whoa, you got to give me that story. You got to give me the story.
So, 18, I moved out the house, got my own apartment and shit.
Yeah, where?
And in Michigan.
In Michigan, okay.
Yeah. It was a nice-ass apartment across the street from a lake and stuff like that. It was awesome. 3 months in, I was going to work. I was doing my shit, doing the music and everything, and traveling, working full-time, music, traveling. Then I just came home one day. I came home, I tried to take a nap. I couldn't take a nap. I went to the gym, came back from the gym, and my shit was on fire.
Wait a minute. So you was in the house while it was on fire?
No, I tried to take a nap because I didn't know, I didn't have shit to do. So I tried to take a nap, but I couldn't go to sleep. So I said, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. Then I went to the gym, then came back, and then shit was on fire.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
How did it get put out? What caused the fire?
It was I think it was a firework because it was July 5th.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, yeah, a year ago, July 5th, shit caught on fire.
Yeah.
That was horrible, man.
God
That
dang.
shit sucked. I ain't gonna lie.
And they didn't have no insurance or nothing. They didn't
I
give
had
out vouchers.
insurance. I
Okay,
had
so you had rented
insurance.
insurance.
Yeah, thank God I had insurance. I was able to get all my shit back.
Yeah.
So most of it, at least.
So you created this new single called "Dog in Me," man. Talk about it. Let's go. Let's get it.
Man, so I'm working on just always cultivating new sounds and stuff using my video game influences. And I stumbled across the Mario 64 shit, Super Mario 64. That's like actually the first game I ever played. So it's kind of crazy how like that's getting a lot of attention. And
Yeah.
people love
That's like Mario Kart or something, ain't it?
Super Mario 64, that 3D game
Okay,
for the Nintendo 64. It was the first 3D Mario game.
I never. Yeah, I didn't see. I think I started falling off after that on the Mario.
But that was like the first game I ever played. I had it like when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
But I love like the sounds that they use in the soundtrack. So I started like making my own beats using those sounds, and then I made some songs. And then I was just like, I'm gonna make a song, cause like I got like a whole like group of songs, like around 5 or 6 songs that I made using the Super Mario 64 sounds. And I was like, I'm gonna pick one of these songs, just promote the fuck out of it, and just see if I can get some views on it, see how many views I can get on it. And so far, I mean, it's just been working.
It's doing pretty good. Like
it's been working. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So like, how does that go though? Like, how did that process go? So you think of a video game, what you getting super high? Like what? How you good?
You know, I'm smoking on some za.
Okay.
Probably drinking a beer or sipping on some liquor too.
Yeah.
You know, I always like to get in the zone before I cook up.
Yeah.
And then I have like in my computer, I just have like a whole pack of just like sounds extracted from my favorite video games. So whenever I'm feeling, I just scroll through it and be like, oh, I want to make a Sonic beat, let's make a Sonic beat. Or I want to make a Mario beat, let's make a Mario beat. Or I want to make a Mega Man beat, let's make a Mega Man beat. So it's just whatever I'm feeling that day. And sometimes like I'll go through phases where I'm only using a certain sound set. And like right now I'm in that Mario 64 phase where I'm just like making a lot of Mario 64 beats.
How does the copyright go with that though? Like,
there's no copyright really. I mean, because you can
you can use another beat like that?
I'm not really I'm not sampling the songs. I'm taking the instruments that was used in the songs and making my own melodies out of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it's a familiar sound, but it's not the actual compositions.
Yeah.
And even if I was like sampling the compositions, I think like for video game music, the copyright laws are a bit different. So you can kind of get away with like using a video game song in your beat.
Oh, copyright laws are different.
Like, yeah, because like, you remember that controversy between Drake and XXXTentacion?
Yeah.
And Drake's song,
fresh me up on it. I want to say
they were saying that Drake stole X's flow in one of his songs.
Yeah, I remember they said that. Yeah,
and that song that Drake made, they sampled a song from Sonic 06. It's a game, a Sonic the Hedgehog game that came out for the Xbox in 2006. And yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can pretty much do that. Bryson Tiller, he sampled Street Fighter in one of his, I think the song that blew him up actually.
Yeah. So like I'm sitting there looking at your thing. It's like, are these you creating those graphics on your Instagram page? Like how?
I just like take GIFs from like you know, little videos from the internet and just loop them and put my beats to them. And I like whatever video game that I'm using, like or whatever video game sound that I'm using, I'll put the same like video game snippet of the game playing on there so people know.
Yeah. So what you got coming up, man? What you working on? What you got coming up that we could be expecting, man, coming from Screwstache?
I'm definitely trying to get some music. I got some music videos on the way. I got a music video on the way. I'm working on this Nintendo 64 project. And right now it's an EP, only like 4 or 5 songs, but depending on how Dog and Me does in the next couple weeks, I might like, you know, turn into a whole album or something like that.
Okay.
I'm always working on like 2 projects at a time. So like I got a Super Mario 64 project going on, and then I got a Yoshi's Island project. So that's like I'm always working on like 2 projects at a time.
Yeah, you haven't messed with any Houston artists? No Houston rappers or nothing?
I just moved down here like 3 months ago.
Oh, so you still tapping in?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get tapped in. I worked with a few people so far. One person is my boy Faint. Yeah,
Okay.
Faint goes crazy. He's a guy from, I don't know if it's Rhode Island or around that New England area. There's a huge hip hop. Yeah, there's a huge hip hop scene out there, and they're like really cool. And we work at the same place. I met him at work, so
okay,
it's real cool. We made some music together and stuff like that. But I'm still trying to get tapped in.
Yeah. Well, shit, man, I appreciate you tapping in with me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, no problem, man.
Drink with your boy, man. Send shout outs, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at now.
Drink with your boy. My name is Screwstache. You can find me on Instagram, pretty much everywhere. Like you can just literally look up Screwstache on Google and you'll find me.
Popping up, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. You already know what I'm saying.
Drink with your boy, man.
Drink with your boy.
Back. Yeah. Shit, it was a good little freestyle, little